I'm hunted by the law.
Sheriff, Wake's running. I'm giving chase.
Are you seriously telling me that writer just took out my deputies?
A thriller I supposedly wrote is coming true. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I was told that Alice had been kidnapped, but that was a lie.
We don't have his wife. We don't know where she is.
Her purported kidnapper was eaten up by the dark presence before it attacked me.
Эпизод 4. Правда.
Alan, shh, baby. It was just a nightmare.
Alice.
There you go, Alan.
Hartman. I fell.
I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period.
What?
Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now. The shock of your wife's death triggered a mental illness.
No, you lie.
You're suffering from various symptoms of undifferentiated schizophrenia.
Bastard.
It's okay, Alan. Just let go.
I felt groggy. Whatever Hartman had bumped in me was making me numb. I felt like this was happening to someone else. Someone I was watching on television. I couldn't think. Couldn't focus.
Всем привет, дорогие друзья. В эфире Макар и канал StarGames.ru.
No manuscript pages.
Мы продолжаем играть в Алана Уэйка. Итак, мы находимся в клинике доктора Хартмана. То есть в дурке.
Good evening, Alan. Are we feeling better now? Feeling calm?
Yeah. I see you brought your pet gorilla with you. So sure, I'm calm. I get the message. Loud and clear.
Why, right. That's the spirit. You're being very brave, Alan. I understand you're confused. I would be more concerned if you weren't suspicious of me. I don't blame you for it.
Big of you.
Now, why don't you come with me? We'll reacquaint you with my clinic and go over everything you might have forgotten. Little walk and some fresh air? Yes, it will do you good.
Ну, ладно, давай прогуляемся. В принципе, днем гулять совсем не страшно.
Jack took them out for a fishing trip, except for the ones who are particularly vulnerable, of course. I encourage creativity as a part of the recovery process here at Cauldron Lake Lodge. I specialize in treating artists.
I bet you do.
Splendid, Alan. I honestly believe we can get this thing under control if we work together. This way, Alan.
Сюда можно пройти? Нет, ладно. Пойдем. Сюда тоже нет. Короче, подожди, я хочу прогуляться. Какая интересная картина. Ладно, короче, ничего тут толком нету. Поехали вниз.
From past experience with you, I know I need to get right into the heart of the matter as quickly as I can after an episode. So I'm just going to say this. Alice is dead.
Она не мертва.
You're in a very vulnerable state until you understand and accept this. Alice drowned, and you couldn't face that. You're suffering from hallucinations, paranoid delusions, unusual thinking, an obsession about light and darkness, a feeling that everything revolves around you, your thoughts and dreams. Your mind has constructed an elaborate fantasy scenario in which your writings are affecting reality. She has been kidnapped, and supernatural forces of darkness are trying to stop you.
Но если бы Элис была мертва...
So I went along with it. He had to be lying. But under the influence of the drug he had given me, I had to fight not to believe his words.
Если бы Элис была мертва, то ее труп бы нашли, да?
Your delusions are just a manifestation of your subconscious mind trying to protect you from the too painful truth. Unless we fight the fantasy, it will return. I know the instinct is to resist me, but think about it. Doesn't this make far more sense than the insane supernatural conspiracy you have concocted in your mind? You're a skeptic by nature, Alan. We both know this. Everything can be explained logically.
Да, доктор, короче, несет полную чушь. Ух, как красиво. Чё это? Часы, я так понимаю, от солнечного света работают.
I never get tired of this view. Very inspiring, isn't it?
Calden Lake
ну да,
spread below
красиво.
us. I could see Mirror Peak on the other side of the lake. I thought I could make out the spot where Diver's Isle had been when I arrived with Alice. Now there was nothing but waves.
It seems there's a storm coming. Funny, I don't recall there being a mention of that in the weather forecast. Well, no matter. This way. Follow me. Alan, what I'm telling you is good news. Right now we're in control. Every time you have a relapse, it gets more and more difficult to resurface from the dark depths of your imagination. Not surprising, considering your profession. Imagination is what you work with. After all your nightmares, this should come as an immense relief to you. If it doesn't, why is that? Because I'm lying? Or because you don't want to admit that you're not well? It's very natural for you to think of me as your enemy. It's part of the illness.
I let him talk. Hartman obviously loved his own voice. His words echoed madly inside my head. I dug my nails into the palms of my hands to stay focused.
You need to work with me. Once you accept that, we can begin the journey.
Да, доктор заткнулся бы вообще. Он меня тоже напрягает, если
Let's go
честно.
inside.
Так, а вот и люди, психопаты.
Here's the entrance to the office wing. That's for staff only. You were impressed by my trophies when you first arrived here. I do love to hunt. The great outdoors, man versus nature. It's wonderful stuff.
Pretty damn wonderful, yeah.
Scary, scary, scary.
Смех такой дебильный.
I'm a real bad dream, mister. You should be afraid of me. Don't want to run into me in the night, that's for sure.
Please, Emerson. Mr. Wake is confused enough as it is.
Yeah, you'd like me to go away so you won't be scared. But you can't just decide what kind of dream you have or when you have it.
Emerson.
Okay. Sorry. Boo.
That's Emerson. We're actually making some progress with him, I'm happy to say. He works on video
Elbow
games.
strikes.
It's
Yeah.
trash, of course, but it does involve some
Get him to the
small
head.
creative effort, which makes him receptive to my therapeutic methods.
No kidding.
Так, следующий пациент. Так. А что у нас здесь? О, здесь человек рисует.
Oh, hello.
Ужас.
I painted you.
Okay.
I was just struck by inspiration a couple of days ago. Dr. Hartman wanted me to paint landscapes, and that's what I was doing. But now I've been doing these things, a lot of them. The images just keep coming. Dr. Hartman likes them. He has them in his office.
Yeah?
He's very proud of me. He says I'm getting much better. I think I'm getting better.
Да, жутковатая картина.
Well, I guess I'd better start wrapping this up. The storm is almost here. Look at that. I'd hate to be out there tonight.
Да, буря начинается. Так, хорошо. Можем пройти здесь. No. Окей. Бежим обратно. Чувак, ты правда заходил бы, а то снесет тебя еще бурей. Мадам, до свидания.
Come, Alan, this way. Now, you might have noticed the typewriter in your room. You've been writing as a part of the therapy. As soon as you feel up to it, you should continue.
Так, что написано? Давайте прочтем. Добро пожаловать в дом на озере Колдра. Мы окажем вам всю необходимую помощь. Тем не менее, просим соблюдать следующие правила. Попросите друзей и близких заранее планировать посещение, чтобы они не приходили на время ваших лечебных процедур или творческой деятельности. Кроме того, просим вас уважать право на уединение и личное пространство других пациентов, особенно когда они заняты творчеством. Будьте терпеливы. Большинство наших пациентов сталкиваются с долговременными творческими трудностями, которые не решаются за одну ночь. Позвольте себе тратить столько времени, сколько нужно. Помните, что вы добровольно соглашаетесь на лечение, специально подобранное для вас. Терапия вовлечения и ее аналог метод потока наиболее эффективны, когда пациент активно вовлечен в их формирование. Если вас что-то беспокоит, не стесняйтесь об этом говорить. Ну, совсем, конечно. Так, там записка, по-моему, да. Я думаю, что можем потом. Так, а вот, кстати, и наши дружки, рокеры.
I hope it wipes this place off the face of the earth.
And these two are the Anderson brothers, Odin and Thor. They had how should I put this? A heavy metal band in the 70s and 80s called Old Gods of Asgard. They even adopted new first names to complete the image of Viking gods. After the band broke up, they lived on a farm nearby. They are, well, in advanced stages of dementia. They're well cared for, TLC and all that. There's nothing more that can be done. I'm afraid that the rock and roll lifestyle has left its mark.
No, that won't do. I'm so sorry to cut this short for now, Alan. The power has been acting up. I'd better go check on it. We'll continue this soon. Meanwhile, when you feel up to it, return to your room and try to write. It really is for the best. Don't you think?
Ох, как он мне не нравится. Ужас мерзкий.
Oh, he'd love to fish out our secrets, but he has no clue. He's not crazy enough. Not crazy like us, Sonny. Yeah! Being crazy's a requirement, Sonny. Who else could understand the world when it's like this? It takes crazy to know crazy.
That's the sanest thing I've heard in a while.
Zane! You're all right, Tom. Hey, we like him, don't we, bro? He's got to go to the farm. The Anderson farm. Valhalla! We wrote it all down, lest we forget. A crash course. All you need to know to get your head right. You need to find the message. Here, Sonny, here's something for you. Gave me a rash, but I kept it safe from these bastards.
Так.
My head was clearing up.
Записка.
Or according to Hartman, I was sinking back into the fantasy. I was convinced he was lying to me about everything. Crazy or not, the Andersons made more sense.
Так, ну, давайте прочитаем. Помощник и рукопись Томаса Зэйна. Зэйн ощущал, как рождаются стихи, обретая форму, изменяя мир. Он пробовал то одно, то другое, и оказалось почти, что чувствовал силу, которая пронизала клавиши печатной машинки. Это порождало в нем ликование, но в то же время и страх. Если бы не его молодой помощник Эмиль, он давно бы бросил это дело. Однако Эмиль убедил его продолжать. Эмиль тоже умел обращаться со словами. Ну, ладно. Так, хорошо. Что мы в свободном падении? Так, ладно, здесь нам больше делать нечего. Так, вот сюда можно теперь пройти? No. Так, вернуться в свою комнату. Ну, ладно. Так, здесь закрыто. Через холл. О, термос. Так, света нету. Давайте прочитаем. Дилемма Творца. Новая захватывающая книга доктора Эмиля Хартмана. Автор бестселлера «Творческий поток». Доктор Хартман описывает свои новаторские методики терапии вовлечения и метод потока на прилавках книжных магазинов по всей стране. А вот и помощник писателя, тот самый Эмиль Хартман.
Hey, Wake, why don't you humor Dr. Hartman and give the writing a shot, huh? Typewriter's in your room. You can get to your room by those stairs, Wake.
The doors were locked. Hartman and the nurses would have keys, but there was no way to get my hands on them.
Ладно, давайте в комнату. Тогда подниматься. Так, телевизор.
I'm not myself. It's hard to think that there's a shadow inside my head. I can only focus on writing. Everything else is a blur. I'm trapped in this cabin. Have been for days, but it's always dark outside. My editor is real. I saw her again. She's not human. It's not human. A dark presence is wearing the old woman's face. She was covered in clinging shadows. There's a hole in her chest where her heart should be. I think I've made a horrible mistake. I don't think I'm any closer to saving Alice. It's been lying to me, using me to get the story it wants, and the story will come true.
Ладно. Так, Мишка. Давайте еще пробежимся здесь быстренько. Заперто, везде заперто. Вот. Так, это кто говорит? Это второй этаж там. Тот больной разработчик игр, наверное.
I knew I couldn't, but I figured I should just play along for now. It was the only thing I could do with Nurse Birch watching me like a hawk.
Так, ну, писать, так писать. Давайте садиться и писать.
The white glare of the blank page in front of me hurt my eyes. My hands began to shake uncontrollably.
Everybody, calm down. Put that down. Bert, I need help.
Hey, Wake, you stay here. I'm gonna go see what's up. You just keep doing what you're doing. Be cool, okay?
Так, там братья рок-н-ролльщики. Братья рок-н-ролльщики там с ума сходят. Так, что у нас здесь? О, Xbox 360 и диск с игрой Night Springs. Такое пасхальное яйцо. Довольно интересно. А чья это комната, интересно? Эмерсон. Уэйк. Так, здесь по-прежнему закрыто. Здесь тоже. Что у нас здесь? Это того дедульки, который рисует. Так, короче, нам нужно...
Hartman had mentioned that the power had been acting up. Maybe that was the reason for the generator and the work light on the balcony. The generator hadn't been activated, and there was no key.
Так, нужно, короче, найти ключ. Окей. О, рукопись. Она была здесь, или мы ее просто не увидели? Ладно. Барри в доме. Хартман явно гордился этим местом, говорил без умолку. Он провел для Барри настоящую экскурсию и долго рассказывал о своих охотничьих трофеях. Барри был впечатлен, но все-таки он пришел по делу. Барри повысил голос, прерывая монолог. «Послушайте, Хартман, а где Ал?» Раздраженный вмешательством, Хартман остановился посередине предложения. Он кивнул Верзиле, стоящему в ожидании приказаний. Человек улыбнулся и похлопал Барри по плечу тяжелой рукой. Ну, ладно. Так, я так понимаю, что Барри все-таки за нами придет и вытащит нас отсюда. Ладно, бежим. Нужно взять ключ. Так, вот сюда нам нужно.
The crazy old fart hit her hard. If she was one of Hartman's goons, she had it coming. I had to get to Hartman's office. He had taken all my manuscript pages. That's where he'd be keeping them.
Так, а можно туда пробежать? Мы ключ только взяли от... Нет, только ключ от офиса Хартмана взяли, поэтому... Нет, не сюда. Так, вот сюда можем теперь? Нет. Короче, мы никуда не можем, кроме как обратно идти. Так, где тут спуск? Вот. Ладно, отпираем. Так, это кабинет Хартмана. Не знаю. Так, Элис, давайте послушаем, очень интересно.
Tell me about Alan's problems.
He's more and more out of control all the time. The parties, he's so angry all the time. He's getting violent.
Do you mean with you?
No, not with me. No, never. Sometimes I almost wish Alan would take a swing at me, because at least that'd lead to a conversation he couldn't just march out of. But no. Alan doesn't really sleep. And the work, well, he's not writing at all. He sits there for hours and just gets more and more frustrated. And I can't talk to him.
Yes. Tell me, Mrs. Wake. What would you say to him if he'd listen?
I don't know. I want to say, I look at you, and it's not you. Just some stranger who resembles you. Looking out from behind your eyes. And I don't like that guy much. And now it's all gonna go to hell.
But you don't ever say this.
No. I've tried, but he's not listening. He's too deep in his own problems, always going on about something else. I'm so afraid I'm gonna lose him. And we're not even talking anymore. He doesn't let me in anymore. He just keeps me in the dark. I'm so alone here, even when he's home. Please help me, Doctor, because I'm at my wit's end.
Well, if you can just get him here, I'll absolutely do my very best.
Yeah, but Doctor, you need to be careful with him. He's not just going to listen to you and cooperate. He's the most stubborn man I've ever met.
Well, I'll be sure to bear that in mind.
Hearing her voice, what she was saying made me happy and sick and guilty all at once. Worst of all, I recognized the words. The phone call from her. It had been a cut-up of this. Just a recording. Hartman wasn't happy. Mott could see it in his eyes. He quickly lowered his own. He had made a mess of it, and he knew it. The shame of failure was hard to bear. He hadn't expected Wake to say he needed more time, and he blurted out 2 days, less than Wake had asked for to show him who was in charge. But that wasn't part of Hartman's plan. The photo on the wall caught my attention. In it, the clinic staff was standing outside the lodge. I knew the man next to Hartman. He was the kidnapper. Hartman had been playing me all along.
Окей. Так. Кто-то орёт.
Barry?
О, Берри.
About time! Barry, man, am I glad to see you. We need to get to Hartman's office.
It's right next door.
You okay?
Yeah. I mean, no! The cops found me at Rose's trailer, but they didn't hassle me too much. I'm obviously a victim in this, and I demanded to be treated as such. Or else I'd sue their asses.
Так, Берри, ты не мог бы отодвинуться чуток?
But I had no clue where you were. That guy's crazy, Al. But he let me go, and then I get a call from Hartman, that son of a bitch, who tells me you're here, and I should come pick you up, but when I got here, 2 goons clobbered me and stuck me in there.
What's with the cutout?
I stole it from the diner to piss off Rose after what she did to us. That'll teach her.
Yeah, that's a harsh punishment. Come on, pal, we gotta get going.
Так, мы залипли. Берри, ну отодвинься, что ли. Вот, отлично, прошли, слава богу. Окей, мы в кабинете Хартмана.
These were all the pages I had on me. And more.
Alan, please. You're sliding back into the...
Tell me one more lie and I'll shoot you in the face.
Ah, well, it was worth a shot. Really, Wake, come on. Let's work together on this. You have no idea...
Hartman, shut up! Barry, get out of here. I'll catch up with you. Get a car.
Oh, Al, let's just...
Go!
Wake, listen to me. This is a mistake. Don't you see? Together we can create something absolutely wonderful. With your ability and mine.
Так, тьма. Давайте почитаем. Так, Хартман наблюдал за поведением Алана Уэйка в бинокль. Когда писатель рухнул в воду, он приказал Джейку направить лодку к нему. Это место легко было разглядеть в темноте, хотя в лодке горели все огни, сигнальные ракеты не затонула и горела даже в воде. Когда мотор затрахтел, Джек включил радио погромче. Музыка грохотала и лязгала такое, без сомнений, пришлось бы по вкусу братьям Андерсонам. Но Хартман сделал вид, что ничего не слышит. Уэйк наконец-то был у него в руках. Окей. Так, нам нужно валить. Ой, нам не сюда, явно не сюда. Открываем. Давай, Алан. Давай быстрей. Так. Свет, свет. А где взять свет? Наверху. Точно. Да. Сюда, сюда, сюда. Запускаем. Эх. Раз. Два. Да что ж такое? Раз. Два. Все. Отлично. Ой, что творится? Вообще ужас. Ой, бежим, бежим, бежим. Скорей. Скорее он. Ой, блин. Так, сюда. Так, ракеты, ракеты, ракеты. Окей. Быстрей. Нужно использовать. Отлично. Так, бежим. Записка. Давайте прочитаем. Задача. Хартман знал, что он не творец. У него не было честолюбивых устремлений в этой области. Он уж верно не хотел кончить так, как все представители творческих профессий, с которыми он здесь работал. С немыслимым, изувеченной душой, и если не хуже. Для Хартмана было довольно осуществлять творческий контроль и давать направление, быть продюсером. В любом случае, большинство этих людей нуждалось именно в этом. Конечно, подходящие объекты встречались крайне редко. Так, ну, ладно, бежим. Ой, бежим, бежим, бежим. Так, здесь закрыто. Ой-ой-ой. Так, спокуха. Так. Ой. Ой-ой. Ну давай. Ой, валим, валим, валим. Ну что, ты будешь попадать? Ох, зацепил все-таки. Все, бежим. Быстрей. Убегаем, убегаем. Ой, это мне не нравится. Ой. Все, нам хана. Нет. Мы еще живы. Отлично. Так, Барри, какая радость. Блин, ну что ты не можешь пробить? Ой-ой-ой. Что творится? Да что вас? Ай. Так, все. Вот теперь точно все. Да. Ну что, друзья, думаю, давайте на этом остановимся. И в следующей серии уже продолжим. С вами был Макар. Всего хорошего. Пока-пока.